Okay. So if you want to like have a choice from getting into PSU or a VLSI,
So currently I have
was it difficult for you or anybody who is currently pursuing a double E can have a good career because VLSI is providing a good career right now,
so I had
having all the experiences that you have right now? Would you do the same thing which you did earlier or you have some different things you will do? So hello to you all. My name is Anubhav Kashyap and I am right now in the second year of my M.Tech. And I was getting a lot of DMs from the people around me that they want a good map. So people around like in third year, like they should focusing more on the PSU or they should focus on the M.Tech and all. So I have with me the like Sangrang, like am I spelling your name correctly, right?
it's Sangrag.
Sangrag. I have Sangrag with me, who has done like who is pursuing his M.Tech from IIT Madras, and who is an AIR 52 in GATE double E 2022, correct? And he has some experience in IOCL as well as a PSU officer. So we will go through how he moved from PSU to the engineering and then moving to the masters and VLS and all. So he can give us a lot of a good perspective of whether we choose PSU, be like GATE, M.Tech, and moving to the VLSI perspective. So yes, Sangrag, right? Yes. So can you also give your introduction to the audience once?
Thank you, Anubhav, for inviting me to the podcast, and I think you have covered most of the part in the intro. Hi guys, I am Sangrag. So I have secured an All India rank 52 in GATE Electrical 2022. After that, I have worked in Indian Oil Corporation for almost 2 years, and then I decided to switch into the VLSI industry by pursuing an M.Tech in integrated circuits at IIT Madras. So currently, I have finished my M.Tech at IIT Madras. So that's all from my side.
Right. So you have completed a B.Tech around 2022, right? In that zone, and you have secured a 52 rank, correct? So what made you like move to the PSU career rather than choosing M.Tech like at start only? What made you move from there also?
Okay, so Anubhav, basically I have completed my B.Tech in electrical engineering at Jadavpur University. So during my B.Tech, I was completely focusing on the core subjects, that is power system, power electronics, and electrical machines. So I was bent upon getting into a career in electrical engineering, that is the high voltage stuff. So that's why I thought of pursuing a career in a core company. At first, from on-campus placements, I secured an offer from Tata Steel. So I joined Tata Steel and I was working there. And after that, when my GATE results were published, I decided to move on to a public sector company because of the job security, the perks, and also because of a higher package at that point. So that's why I decided to switch into a public sector core company, and I think Indian Oil is one of the topmost recruiters in that. So that's why I shifted to Indian Oil.
Okay. So like looking back from all your double E, you completed your thing. Was it all planned? Like you moved from IOCL, you joined IOCL, then you shifted your career to PSU, and what like if you were in the third year right now, having all the experiences that you have right now, would you do the same thing which you did earlier, or you have some different things you will do, having all the experiences that you have right now?
See, as far as the experience is concerned, I would say that it has been a great journey because what I am today without that experience, I wouldn't have been. So I do not regret it. But the thing is that at that point, I didn't have enough information about pursuing an M.Tech or VLSI career. But I was completely focused on electrical because that was my domain. So I loved the subject, and for that reason, I wanted to explore the electrical industry. So what IOCL gave me was an insight into the high voltage industry and what's going on, and I got hands-on experience in power system, power plant engineering. So I think that was very valuable for me, and it helped me choose and make an informed decision that whether this domain is for me or should I go into another domain. So maybe if I had pursued BTech in EC, then I would have directly got into VLSI after my final year. But since I was an electrical engineering graduate, I think I made an informed choice after a few years after working in a PSU. So I also got some managerial experience, and I would say that I made an informed decision that why I should switch to VLSI.
Correct, correct. So like people like from different branches do like attempt different gate exams. Like people from EC write sometime gate CSE exam, some DA exam, right? And you also the person like who was a double E aspirant and started moving towards the VLSI perspective, correct? So what made you change from double E, and was it very difficult for you to move from this zone to an EC related VLSI related roadmap? So was it difficult for you, or anybody who is currently pursuing a double E can have a good career because VLSI is providing a good career right now, correct?
Yeah, that is a good question, Anubhav. This is a question asked by many aspirants also. So the thing is that when you start an M.Tech in VLSI, for whether be it a double E student or EC student or an instrumentation engineer, it doesn't matter what you have learned beforehand, because all these three branches have some things in common. Because when you are going into the VLSI domain, you will again be learning analog in depth or digital in depth, and all the subjects that you are learning are like based on the things you learn in gate, but it will be focused for advanced topics above that. So basically, when you are writing gate in electrical or EC, you are building your fundamentals, and when you reach M.Tech, you are building on that fundamental. So if you are preparing for electrical or EC, everybody studies analog and digital, I think. So they are preparing their fundamentals there, and then you are starting from scratch, I would say, when you are reaching in a VLSI M.Tech. So in VLSI M.Tech, I think electrical and EC students are on the same base, and many of my friends are from electrical engineering, and I have seen them perform wonderfully. And many times I have seen some electrical students perform better than EC students, and also vice versa. So I think that it all depends on the person, and it all comes down to how hard you want to work when you reach there.
Correct. Yeah, that is very right. Because most of the people, it is all about how much you are putting the R inside the work, rather than you are from different branches. People shift, right? It is not a dynamic. It's not a static thing. It's dynamic in nature. Correct. So yeah. So like in like it's a, like if you see from a perspective like a fourth year, people have an aspiration that I want to be a like I want a stable job, IOCL or some government related job. Correct. So and people having less gate score wouldn't have always missed out. I wouldn't I should have taken a drop so that I go to a PSU, correct, as a stable income source or something. So you have experience from your side, IOCL and all, as a PSU officer, correct? So is it what made you change your stream from IOCL to like doing a master's degree again to moving to the career? Because conventionally we are coming from an Indian household mindset, right? People don't usually do these kind of active like stuff, right? Moving from government to directly then going to the corporate stuff.
Yeah, so it was also a pretty difficult decision for me, because I told you that I
Hmm.
always wanted to get into the electrical core domain and work there.
Correct.
So while I was working in IOCL, I like used to rethink my decision over and over again whether I should leave the secure job, because I was getting a lot of perks and the money was good, I would say. So it was
Hmm.
enough to lead a good life, and you have everything like they are giving you car loans, house loans, everything you are getting there. Okay, quarters also. So it was a pretty stable life, but the thing is, what I expected from that job and what I got there, at least in the professional learning zone, or what I was expecting in the next 10 years in terms of growth, that I was
Hmm.
not seeing. So that is what pushed me or motivated me into switching into a different domain. And the thing is that,
Correct.
yeah, it is a very tough decision, and I don't think that everybody should follow my path blindly. It was an informed decision,
Hmm.
and I thought over it for 2 years before taking that decision. So
Oh, okay.
that is what it is, and I think many people seek job security, and it is perfectly fine if
Correct.
they choose job security and medical benefits over what I sought. So it's perfectly fine, and they should go to
Hmm.
PSUs, and they should enjoy their life there. But the thing is that I was not enjoying my work after a point of time. So at that point I thought that I should change my domain and go into something that will give me the growth that I expect in the coming years, and something that I can
Hmm.
work on for the rest of my life. That's all.
Right, right, right. So like it was very informed decision from your end, correct? You have thought about it for a good amount of time. It was not a very rational decision which you took,
Yeah, and
correct?
I would also like to
So
mention that it was
yeah,
pretty
yes,
tough to take that decision because nobody's house or parents will support their decision to leave a government job and go
correct,
into corporate at first, because this is a very
correct.
unusual path that people generally don't want to take. So I
Hmm.
had to push myself to take that decision. So it was completely a personal decision. I wanted to take that risk myself. So that's why I went.
Yes. So like we have all like a human like kind of mindset. Whenever we switch, when we take a decision, right? We often try to overthink about it. Like, did I make a conscious decision or not after after taking a decision, right? So like when you made a switch to moving to the Madras, you're pursuing a master's degree in a reputed college. Did you ever thought that I made a good decision or a bad decision? Have you ever thought about it? Because most of us did. Like there's a FOMO kind of thing, right? Like we have X, we tried to chase Y. When we have Y, we thought that X was much better than that. Correct? Would you have thought about it? It was very like what you planned, and it was going in the good direction.
Yeah, so if I am being honest, the overthinking part was a bit less for me because I had thought it over and over
Hmm.
again for the past 2 years, and I took an
Okay.
informed decision. And I knew that I was going to a college which is one of the most renowned colleges in VLSI, and it has a wonderful placement
Hmm.
record for
Correct.
the past few years.
Correct.
And I can vouch
Correct.
that it is having one of the best placements currently among all IITs. So that's
Correct.
why
Correct.
I was pretty confident that if I work hard, I would get placed and get a secure future there. But the overthinking sometimes came from the fact when I joined, I was overwhelmed with the course workload and all the subjects that they were teaching, because it is really at a very high level. So in the first semester,
Correct.
what happens is when you join M.Tech, you expect that it will be hard, but IITs show you that it will be harder than you have thought.
Yeah,
So yeah,
that is correct.
that is what gave me overthinking sometimes during the first semester. But
Yeah.
looking at my peers who were also working very hard,
Hmm.
I understood that if I
Definitely.
also work hard, I'll be able to cope up.
Yeah. So like we had a chat about you moving from PSU. You have taken an informed decision and moving to an IIT Madras, right? And talking about the like VLSI, like let's address the elephant in the room, right? VLSI. If someone don't know about VLSI, if you need to explain him the VLSI in a one line or a two line, if a person in like first year, like in who's watching my podcast right now, like us in, we have a talk right now, is a VLSI. What is a VLSI, and why is so much buzz around VLSI? If you can talk about it.
Okay, so if I explain in very layman language, then basically our
Yeah,
task is to bring sand to life. So the
yeah,
thing
that
is that
is.
semiconductor is completely based on silicon, and like silicon
Yeah.
comes from sand. So the
Hmm.
jokes apart, the thing is that we are designing processors or chips or the brain behind the AI revolution.
Hmm.
Or we can say that everything
Hmm.
that we use nowadays, whether be it a camera, a laptop, a phone, everything consists of a brain behind it, which is a processor. So basically, a VLSI engineer's task is to design and test that processor and provide it to the customers. And the increasing demand for VLSI is due to the fact that the AI wave is currently in trend. So for
Yeah.
AI, we
Yeah.
need huge number of computations in very less time.
Yep.
So in order to cater
Hmm.
to that need, VLSI engineers are required to design faster and faster processors day by day. So
Hmm.
that is the
Correct.
reason that VLSI is in trend.
Hmm. So, like, yeah, that is why the company's valuation is moving up and up of these VLSI companies, correct? So, so like it is like about like most of us think about the packages and all the things, right? We think this much money we will get and all. But what I feel inside, like we should start from the very fundamentals of all the things, correct? Rather than looking at the packaging around and the things, we should try to whenever we if I am watching in from the second year of my B.Tech, right? Like if somebody's watching it from the B.Tech second year and you want to like emphasize what you should do right now, like how your path should be, because some of the fundamentals are being taught in the class, we can start doing our preparation rather than waiting for the gate for third year, right? We can start doing our preparation from second year onwards or even first year as well. Correct.
True. I think that in first year one should study their subjects well, and also like get their hands on to basic programming, which is essential
Mm-hmm.
at later stages of their BTech. And when they have like started with their core subjects in second year, then they can think about appearing for GATE or whether they want to join that
Mm-hmm.
path. So in second year, when you are studying the core subjects, you get an idea that what should be your path. So
Mm-hmm.
from that perspective, you can choose whether you want to go into software, whether you want to go into electronics or electrical,
Correct.
whatever you want to choose, you can choose from there. So yeah, you are correct that from second year they should start building their basics. That will help them out in their gate
Mm-hmm.
preparation or any placement preparation at a later stage.
Correct. Correct. So, like, we have seen the trend of these like VLSI companies, that they try to hire people from masters, right? They try to, like, not say avoid, but try to get less entries from BTech, right? So why do you think, like, as a VLSI or a person who is trying to want to get into VLSI, right, is preparing for BTech, like for preparing for a gate like examination, is worth it? If, or they can directly move into, like, after fourth year, they can directly move into VLSI or something. What is your opinion? Like, should they prepare for gate and then try to move in, or they can try it directly from fourth year at the BTech?
So my opinion about this is that if you are in an
Uh-huh.
IIT already, or like tier 1 college, tier 1
Hmm.
means that in this sense that your college already has a very good placement record and VLSI companies are already hiring from your
Correct.
college. Then I think that if you have an
Hmm.
interest in VLSI, you should prepare for your placements and you should appear for those companies and try to get in there.
Hmm.
And the thing is that if you are preparing for EC gate, then you are already getting
Hmm.
some perspective regarding your VLSI preparation.
Correct.
Especially if I am talking about the analog things, the analog things are very much similar. And then you have advanced topics on top of that.
Hmm.
The digital is pretty
Correct.
different from the gate preparation, but still you need those
Analog.
basics.
Hmm.
So the thing is that you
Hmm.
need to build your basics anyway. So gate preparation helps in that way. But for tier 1 colleges
Hmm.
where you have very good placements, like premium companies are coming
Hmm.
for hiring, then I think you should focus
Correct.
more on
Correct.
your placements so that you cannot get a direct
Hmm.
entry into a VLSI company. But if
Yep.
you
Yep.
don't have that thing, then I think you should focus
Hmm.
your preparation on gate and get a very good rank and try to
Hmm.
get into a tier 1 IIT. And there you should prepare the subjects and go for placements, because in IITs the thing is that masters people are preferred by most of the companies in VLSI
Yes.
domain. I think this is because
Hmm.
of the like depth of the subject they are getting during their masters, and
Hmm.
also due to the time they spend on research with their professors. So this might be one of the reasons. But I think
Hmm.
that with experience, BTechs will also get the same amount of salary. But yeah, if you are pursuing a master's in one of the top IITs, then you certainly can get into a premium VLSI company with a good package. So for tier 1
Okay.
students where VLSI companies are already coming, my advice would be you focus on placements. And for tier 3 colleges where
Hmm.
there are no hardware companies or very limited companies, as such you have no
Hmm.
opportunity for electronics,
Hmm.
and you want to
Correct.
get into the VLSI domain, your path should be focus on gate,
Correct.
get into a top tier IIT or IISc and try to get into a VLSI company.
Hmm.
So this is my advice.
Yep. 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 That is very, like, great thing, which I also try to, like, see, like, when I was in third year, I tried to do the same thing and replicate the thing. So, is the statement true? If somebody is in tier 3 college in the second or the third year, he should start preparing for gate, he get a good rank in gate, and try to do a masters in a very good college, and then try to get into a VLSI company, because most of the companies will come to tier 1 colleges to take the best cream of the country, correct, in this domain, because we know that the great, like, these domains doesn't have that much of intake, like, it's not a bulk intake, correct, it's very limited amount of intake, so they want the best of the best, so that's why they come very precisely in the colleges, correct. Yes. So, like, we have seen on your LinkedIn profile that you have been interned in analog devices, right? So can you share your experience, like, like, doing stuff on academia in IIT Madras, doing some stuff, and what industry is doing right now? Was it very different from what like industry was doing, or was your, like, experience was very good in terms of, like, what you thought of they were doing, and they were doing the same kind of stuff? If you can give a perspective on this.
No idea about what was going in the VLSI industry before that
Oh.
internship. So, and I always had a knack, like when I was studying in IIT Madras the previous semesters, I had a knack for RTL design. So, luckily, I got into the
Okay.
RTL design team in analog devices.
Mm-hmm.
So, the thing is that it was for the first hands on coding experience in the hardware domain for me, I would say. And later,
Mm-hmm.
I got some more experience of RTL design during my M.Tech project also. So I think
Mm-hmm.
that what I did there and what I did in academia, both are similar in the sense that both are using the same languages. But the thing is that you are getting a broader perspective when you are working in the industry. Like it is a more complex problem, or I would say it is a more practical problem that you are solving when you are working in the industry. And when you are working in academia, I would say it's not true for all like PhD and MTechs, but for mostly if I say a 2-year MTech program, and you are like doing a 1-year
Mm-hmm.
MTech project, then you are basically working
Mm-hmm.
on something like a prototype or a small block of a huge design,
Yeah,
like
definitely.
that.
Yes.
So because you don't have enough time for that, but in the industry what you are doing is you might be designing a small block in their project, but still their project overview is huge for you because you don't have any idea about beforehand what you are going to get into. But when you go there, you learn so many tools, so many different
Right.
stuff that you will actually use if you are going into the VLSI industry. So
Mm-hmm.
the thing about analog engineers is that they are using Cadence Virtuoso during their MTechs also, and when they are going
Mm-hmm.
into the industry, they are also using Cadence there. But
Mm-hmm.
the thing which is different about digital is that there are a wide variety of tools depending on the teams that they are getting
Yes.
into. So basically,
Yes.
like RTL design, when I am doing my MTech project, I am working on Xilinx Vivado, but and
Uh-huh.
on an FPG after that. But when I
Yes.
am working in the industry, I am working on Cadence Xcelium and tools like that.
Mm-hmm.
So the interface is pretty different, although the coding language is same. But I would say that you get to
Mm-hmm.
learn a lot of associated things.
Correct. So yes, like you get like you started from like you are doing some project in Madras and the same kind of stuff was going on in the industries was not like a 1 or 0 kind of a perspective, like what it totally reversed. It was doing the same thing, but on the we can say the larger perspective. When we are doing masters, like we want to do it completed, right? We don't have we are not pursuing a PhD in this. So yep. So moving on, like you have also seen a lot of students or lot of peers around you, and even you get a very good LinkedIn DMs on your profile, correct? So what do you think? What major kind of like people have mistakes doing when they're preparing for a VLSI related roles and jobs? What are the major mistakes they like do?
Okay, so if I'm talking about mistakes, then I would say that jumping onto placement preparation and not focusing on your CGPA at all. Because for on-campus
Uh-huh.
placements, CGPA is a must. Like first 2 semesters, your
Correct.
focus should be on your CGPA. Under any
Correct.
circumstances, if you get an 8 plus CGPA, you have a very good chance
Mm-hmm.
of shortlist. And if you're getting a
Mm-hmm.
7.5, it is 7.5 plus, it is good enough. But I would say 8 plus is a safer zone for placements,
Correct.
and this is a mistake that many students do, that they first do not focus on CGP and then they think that if they prepare for placements it will be sufficient. But for on campus
Mm-hmm.
placements, I think that even if you have skills, you need a good CGPA to get into the short list first. So
Right.
this
Right.
is one of the mistakes that I would like to address. And another thing is that many people think like for digital domain, I can say for analog they don't require
Mm-hmm.
coding that much, but for digital many people think that coding is not that essential, and at the very last moment they try to get into all the basics of Verilog and those things. But I think for digital
Mm-hmm.
domain, getting your hands on Verilog and doing some basic coding at the start of your MTech is very necessary, so that you keep in touch with it and you get proficient in that language.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Good. Like great advice. Or people, what I also feel like people start jumping on things, and I'll just share a brief like an like experience of mine, because we all know that M.Tech is a very fast track course, correct? It is like very blink of a second you are done. Like first semester you are preparing, second semester you are seeing internships around you, and you are not focusing. In third semester, boom, that's a placement season going on, correct? So what I will also at some point in this, before even joining a college, even if you're going into tier 1 college, don't have this kind of perspective that you will get placed. It is not very true. You have to still work hard and still put hours in this kind of stuff, and you have to maintain your CGPA, because I've seen people here also, that they are not being shortlisted and they are very good at the skill, but they are not being shortlisted and they are going off campus. So it is the same thing, right? If you are going off campus, so what was the better decision? You should have gone after the fourth year, right? What is the difference created by the IIT? It is the on-campus placement which these colleges provide. I think CGP is good here.
Yeah, for software, it is like you have ample opportunities in
Yes,
off-campus
yes,
freshers, but for hardware engineers, it is very difficult to get an off-campus
yes,
opportunity as a fresher. I mean, it is very difficult to convert.
correct.
Even if you have an IIT tag,
Yes.
then it is difficult. Then you can imagine that if you don't
Yeah.
have an IIT tag, then it will be next to impossible.
Yes, that is very correct. So, like from your piece of advice, that it is whenever you enter a college, when you are entering a tier one also, you should have like a plan for your two semester how to get a good GPA, right? GPA is a must in these kind of fields where there are only set of companies coming in your college. Yep. So like like talking about all the VLSI perspective and all the things, people from all, like, if I as a person was not having a good rank of like yours, right? So I joined some like communication engineering, like something like double E, like EC, SPCom or something. Am I able to get the same kind of VLSI job? Am I eligible to do it? Can I do it, or people do it frequently?
Okay, Anubhav, so if I talk about IIT Madras, we have a lot of branches
Mm-hmm.
that are related to VLSI, and some of the branches, like you talked about, SPCom, RF Photonics, these are also
Yes.
like electrical branches, but they are not directly connected to VLSI. Their
Mm-hmm.
core subjects are a bit different from like IC design.
Mm-hmm.
But the
Mm-hmm.
flexibility, at least talking from IIT Madras perspective, is that they can take electives from any department. So even if you are
Yes.
going into SPCom and you want to prepare for VLSI, you can take all the electives from integrated circuits VLSI, or if you want some
Mm-hmm.
advanced topics in computer like computer architecture, you can take that subject also from the CS department. So it is
Mm-hmm.
completely up to you how you want to prepare. And from my
Mm-hmm.
experience, from my session placement, I have seen that SPCom students performed equally good as integrated circuit students in the placements. So even
Mm-hmm.
I have seen like many people think that premium companies like Nvidia come to campus and they'll prefer
Yeah.
only VLSI and integrated circuit
VLSI type.
students. But in my experience, I have seen SPCom guys getting into Nvidia. So it completely depends
Mm-hmm.
on you.
Correct. Yeah. It is all about the hard work you put in the stuff rather than like focusing more on the branch.
Yeah, and
Yep.
the thing is that integrated circuits and VLSI only have one advantage, that is they don't have to prepare separately. Their coursework is
Yep.
oriented
Yep.
in that direction. That's all.
Mm. Yep. 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 So, like, talking about the all the things, like, can you share about the experience of your placement journey? Like, not like quoting anything, but all the placement opportunities like you got in IIT Madras and the top tier colleges, and how things worked. What is the average package of your college and how things are working in VLSI as well in SPCom and other branches? Like, if you give me a perspective.
Okay, so see, in my year of placements, the placement season was pretty harsh in this sense. I would say that
Uh-huh.
many of the companies were not hiring a lot of people, but the number of
Mm-hmm.
companies coming to IIT Madras was pretty large compared to other IITs,
Mm-hmm.
and my peers who were studying in other IITs. I've heard their experiences. So
Mm-hmm.
IIT Madras was performing very well from phase one of placements only, like integrated circuits and
Mm-hmm.
VLSI guys, almost everybody got placed within day two. So
Oh.
and I have seen that the average package, I cannot exactly disclose the number, but
Uh-huh.
if I want to give
Sure.
you an idea, like
Uh-huh.
the average package is certainly above 30 in terms of CTC,
Okay.
and it
Okay.
may also be above 35, because many companies,
Okay.
like 3 to 4 companies were there which were offering 50 plus CTCs, and
Okay.
most of
Okay.
the companies were offering CTCs in the range 30 to 50
Okay.
lakhs per annum.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So, like, it's a good amount of money for a fresher, like moving out just of the college, right? And it is like you people. It what I feel like people stood who is right now in EC, who has just started their career, who is just in B.Tech, they can think VLSI and other branches as a good career option rather than focusing more on the AI ML stuff. and the branch they are in, it offers a good opportunities in terms of placement, and even in long term it can be much better in terms of if you're thinking on the money perspective, like falsely.
If I am talking about AI ML and VLSI, then both are trending, but it
Mm-hmm.
depends on the person what he's interested in. Like
Correct.
some people, even after
Correct.
going into EC, they are interested in AI more. So I think they should
Mm-hmm.
choose that. But someone who is
Mm-hmm.
interested in circuit design and hardware, they should choose VLSI.
Correct.
Yeah. But if I'm
Correct.
talking about
Correct.
the package, they're comparable. But yeah, AI
Mm-hmm.
domain companies offer the highest.
We are like at the like last stretch of our talk, right? We started with you moved from PSU. What was your experience in PSU? You then moved to IIT Madras with a conscious decision in your head, like I want to do something meaningful. And then your experience in IIT Madras, correct? We moved then to the VLSI stuff. So let's say the person is entering a good tier college, and he's in a good double E branch which allows VLSI companies in this. So what should be his, like we have seen a huge number of roadmaps available right now, correct? We have, and if you type YouTube VLSI, that like thousands of people are putting their own roadmap. But the person who has done this thing, who has like literally moved out of this thing and moving to the VLSI career, which many aspire for. So what do you think, what should be the good roadmap from step by step you should follow so that you are very secure in securing a good job in VLSI industry?
Okay, so again, I can say that there are a lot of resources if you want to study, but the thing is that
Okay.
how you will study it depends
Uh-huh.
completely on the person. Like something that is good for me might
Uh-huh.
not be good for you because you have a different style of studying.
That is correct.
So I think everyone
Hmm.
should tailor their own style of studying, but they should take inspiration from people who have already done it. They should just listen to what resources they
Hmm.
have used and then tailor their experience accordingly. So I think
Hmm.
that for a person who is just getting into college, I think he should focus on getting his gate fundamentals very strong, like basic analog and digital electronics, which he will certainly require during his time
Hmm.
at M.Tech, because he won't have the time to prepare those things again or revise those things during his M.Tech. During his M.Tech, he has to focus on more advanced topics and build on that. So before getting into college, he
Hmm.
should learn those things very strongly first, and then he should
Hmm.
delve into the topics that are being taught in college and
Hmm.
side by side prepare for placements, taking the advice from seniors. And
Hmm.
the thing is that advice from seniors is very important in college because they have just passed out and gone through a placement season, so they know exactly how you should
Correct.
prepare and what you should prepare for a company. According to my
Hmm.
experience, the thing is that in placements, even if you prepare a lot of content, it won't suffice if you don't know what kind of questions the company is asking or what topics they focus on. You can prepare a lot of
Correct.
topics, but if you are not focused on that particular thing, then you might miss it in the interview or you might miss it in the test.
Hmm.
So the thing is that your
That is
seniors can
correct.
guide you in a way they have done, that for this company these topics are important, for that company these topics should be your focus. So I think
Hmm.
an advice from a good senior is very important during your M.Tech.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Nice. So like we are at the end of the like our talk, right? So one piece of advice if you want to give, like if you were in third year of your EC, like third year of your college, B.Tech college, or someone listening who is just trying to get entry in masters or something, the one piece of advice you think is very good for the juniors.
Yeah, yeah. If you ask me about a single piece of advice, what I want to tell is that
Hmm.
if you want to do something, first weigh the pros and cons of that decision, and then take an informed decision rather than jumping onto a trend because everybody on internet is talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
Because it should be your decision, you
Correct.
have to live with that decision for the rest of your life. So once you
Mm-hmm.
have weighed the pros and cons, you know what risk you are taking, and then you should make an informed decision
Mm-hmm.
that which domain you want to go. And once you have made that decision, don't listen to everybody, you just follow your own path and you take advice from people who are already successful in that domain. So I think this will be
Mm-hmm.
my advice for all the juniors who are watching this.
Right. So like thank you for the talk, Sangrag. Right. So I have just like a rapid fire, like four or three questions, like mostly like one word. Okay. So if you have to choose in between analog or digital, what you will choose?
Digital for me.
Okay. So if you want to like have a choice from getting into PSU or a VLSI, we already know the answer, but still.
VLSI at this point.
So, like, you were in the college, right? Would you still choose placement? Would you still choose gate or placements?
You are talking about B.Tech. If I was in B.Tech.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes, yes,
the
yes, yes. You were in the
uh,
BTech.
I would prepare for gate mostly, but I would also keep placement as a backup option.
Okay, okay. One book VLSI aspirant should read.
In analog
One
or digital?
fundamental book. Yeah, it's up to you.
If I'm talking in digital, it is very difficult. Like there are so many different domains, so many different
Okay,
things.
that is correct. Yeah.
Analog, I think that CMOS integrated circuits by
Uh-huh.
Razavi sir is very good.
Yeah, Behzad Razavi. Yep. So, like, one skill set that every VLSI engineer should have.
I think debugging.
Okay, okay. Nice, nice. So yeah, so let's end this talk of ours. So from all the experiences that you gathered from like PSU to moving to the VLS and right now getting placed in a good company, correct? Which we can't quote right now. You have to go to his channel, right? And where he will showcase like which companies got the placement, and you can like move to his channel and LinkedIn profile to have a chat with him, right? So if you want to like say anything at the end.
Okay, so thank you, Anubhav, for inviting me to this podcast. So it was a really great
Mm-hmm.
experience talking to you, and all the best to you as well for your career in VLSI, and to
Uh-huh.
all the aspirants watching this. So at the last, I would like to say that I have a channel, Gate Life and More, where I also share technical content regarding VLSI and different
Mm-hmm.
exams. So you can tune into that channel and see the content that I've already posted,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll be coming up with new videos. So
Mm-hmm.
thank you.
Sure.
Yeah,
Thank you,
thank
Sang.